Cache. Imagine a couple of computer programs that have to share some information. If this information has to be persistent, you will normally use a typical database. But not all information has to be persistent. For example, in the case of client session data, it will be much more effective to keep this information, to share it in a place that is more transient. You will use a cache for this purpose. A cache is a separate service similar to the database with which communicating programs interact. At the level of interactions, cache is not much different from the database. You should be able to store information, retrieve it, maybe update it or delete it. These are the typical operations of the database and the cache. The only difference is cache is not persistent. Imagine a client-server system where there are many servers in a cluster. In such a system, servers will typically produce a lot of information. Some of this information will have to be shared between servers. Some of this will be persistent, and for this purpose you will typically use a database. But some of this information, like that related to client session, will not be persistent. And cache will be a perfect solution for this. Let's see how it works in practice. I will run YAMI cache and a couple of example programs that interact with the cache. In this window, I will run the cache service. As you can see, it was started with the configured port number, is this one. Here I will start the example program that can set some value in the cache. So the first parameter is the connection endpoint, and then it will be a key, ABC, and a value, which is a string hello. As you can see, YAMI cache is a key value type of cache, which means that we can associate values with keys. This example program works with strings, but in fact any value can be stored. So as you can see, the value hello has been set for the key ABC. And in the right window, I will run the get program that will connect to the cache and will try to retrieve the data for key ABC. It was successful. I can also try if it's possible to obtain the value for some other key, but there is no such value. And I can also try to delete the value for the given key. This is not really necessary because values naturally expire after some configured time. But as you can see, deleting was successful. Thank you very much.